Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Lee Kwai Lau here with the LFam Streamers Podcast, and we're coming with you with a brand new one. This is Thoumustgame, and let me tell you something. We go way back. Met him originally on Mixer, and his channel was just hype. It was so much fun, so down to earth, and the community was fire. It's inspirational things like this that makes what I do so enjoyable, because I meet such amazing people out there from all kinds of walks of life, and it makes it more and more interesting. You can catch the LFam Streamers Podcast at leekwailau.com or LFam Streamers Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, and more. We're featured on 19 platforms, and we love it. The live video of this podcast will be also available at leekwailau.com and YouTube. But let's get to why we're here. And we're here with the one and only Thoumustgame. And all I gotta say is, brother, thank you so much for joining the show to tell your story to the audience.
I'm happy to be here.
How is the family doing? And is there anything new going on today in your world?
Not much. I almost have a teenager in the house. We got the 14-month-old is walking around whistling. My baby girl is becoming a beautiful young woman. I'm not ready for none of that. So it's a lot going on that I'm not ready for. But God gonna get me through. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta look to a higher power when you're having all that going on.
Facts. Doing all that. Some people don't know I'm actually like a salesman at Best Buy. You know, they let go of like 5,000 people, say more on the way. So it's a lot going on, but we here. You know what I'm saying? We here. They can't stop us. They can't even hope to contain us. Like we're really here. I haven't really felt more in the moment that I have these past couple months. I'm just really soaking it all in and enjoying it.
That is awesome. You know, it's been a crazy past year and 3 months.
Yeah.
So much has happened on our platforms and our tables and our lives. And one of the things I want to go back to is the beginning. Let's just talk about little Thou growing up. All right. How did he stumble into gaming? What was the first thing that you remember that caught your attention that you were like, I absolutely love this?
So we had a Super Nintendo in the house, and my mom said that when I was 18 months old, I was able to beat a level on it, which I don't remember that, but I remember playing Super Mario Brothers like 100%. And then my first that was my brother's console. My first ever console was a N64. That was mine. I remember Christmas Day, my mom having to call Nintendo. She had to call Nintendo because she was like, "Hey, it's not working. It's powering on. I don't know what's going on." Dude on the other end of the phone was like, "Did you push the RCAs all the way in?" It was like an hour and a half. It was like an hour and a half of like trying to figure out what was going on. She like pushed. She's like, "Oh, they're going more." She pushed them in. It was off to the races from there. We were playing all types of stuff.
Super Nintendo. Street Fighter came out. It was over.
Oh man, Street Fighter. That Ninja Turtles game, Turtles in
Yes.
Time. Oh man, fire. And then on the N64, you had the Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. You had some wrestling games, because like when I was little, I was really big into wrestling. Man,
who wasn't? Ultimate Warrior, The Sheik. You had Andre the Giant. You had Hulk Hogan. Dude, it's Randy Macho Man. I mean, dude,
Randy
there's so
Savage,
many.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, Hulk.
Stone Cold.
Hulk's a cool dude. I finally got to become friends with him when I got older. Of all people to become friends with.
You talking about Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
What?
Through my b-ball career, bro. I ain't gonna lie. As we became friends, he asked me one time to play in a celebrity basketball game with him. And I did. And my team was full of everything from my friends, you know, like the Backstreet Boys. I know Nick Carter real good. We grew up playing ball together there when I was younger. And what was crazy was that one dude, Jimmy Hart, was the coach with Hogan.
Mouth of the South.
Yes,
Mouth
bro.
of the South. Yeah.
Dude, he was the assistant coach, and you had Hogan as the main coach, and we were balling out. And I remember we were playing against the Tampa Bay Bucks and Warren Sapp, Dunn, and all them. We were playing against them, and during the game, I almost dunked on Sapp, and Sapp got mad at me.
He was like, "Nope,
he don't like that. I don't like to be
Not your
disrespected." He tried to go defense on me, but what was funny is when I went to rest, we started losing again. So then Jimmy jumps up. He's like, "Where's that dude at? Where's that dude at, Hogan?" He's like, you. And he's like, "Brother, I need you to get back in there and take back the game." So I went in and I dropped like 27 in a quarter.
Jeez.
And it was funny because I was actually calling my shots from 3-point, and I even called a bank off of I think it was Antonio Johnson or something, one of our wide receivers, and he was like, "No, man, you ain't do me like that." But yeah, we became friends through Nick Carter, through that. But bro, like you, to meet Hulk Hogan, shake his hand, sit down, talk with him, know him on a personal level, and even more after that, it was like a little kid dream to come true because that was Hogan.
Yeah. Okay. So Hogan is cool, right? I don't know if I'd be super starstruck if I met Hogan. Now, this is a way less like star in most people's opinion, but every time I see him, which has been multiple times now, I still get lit every time. Booker T, right? Yeah. Booker T. I talked to Booker T and Queen Charmel. She was getting an iPhone. She was getting the 12 Pro Max, and we were doing it for it, right? Oh, okay. Going back further. So Booker T was doing the Royal Rumble thing on Twitter, right? And I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, you're sharp than a razor blade, but your lighting is horrible, right? I need you to come in the store. I'm gonna get your lighting right." Of course, she didn't see it. You know what I mean? I'm a big streamer, but I'm not a big tweeter. You know what I mean?
Right.
So tell me why he comes in the store, and I get to do what I told him I was gonna do. Then I show him the tweet. He was like, "Oh yeah, man, blah 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 blah." So we start talking, and I asked him about the Stone Cold store incident, man.
Uh-oh.
How they did it. You know what I mean? You remember how they fought in the store? They rented the store out.
What?
And the coldest part about it is none of that was choreographed. They rented the store out and just said, "Go." And that's what they came up with. One take. Legendary.
We'll pay for it.
We'll pay for it. Legendary. That is one of the coldest thing ever to happen in wrestling. Them just going through this price check on a jackass and then walks out the store.
That is awesome.
Fire, yeah. But
that is awesome.
That was like 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, but man, something different.
Yo, those are in real life. Those are some big dudes. One of my friends too is Congo. You remember the Hedge Hunter twins, Ming and them? Congo, the Samoan brothers with the big hair.
Okay.
So I met him through craziest thing. We became friends, and till this day, he's still in my life. He's here in Florida, right? And my little nephew, he knows him too. And it was so funny because like when I knew he knew him, I was like, "Look, walk up to my little nephew." I said, "You tell him you know me." So he walks up to him, and of course he scares him. He's, "Hey, your uncle told me to tell you." And my little nephew's all scared. He's like, "He loves you." But Congo, his hands, bro. Okay, it's the weirdest thing. When I first shook his hand, and before we became friends, and we shared phone numbers, he grabbed my hand and closed his hand, and my hand disappeared. And I was like, "What the hell?
Yo.
Am I shaking his hand, or am I like, is he cuffing my hand?" And I looked down at my hand. I'm like, "Dude, your hands!" And I opened his hands up, and I'm like, "How is that possible?" The part of his hand that is the thumb to the index finger is like 3 times the length of mine. Like, it's so long. It's like, it's almost, I want to say like monkey hands, bro. And I was like, "How are your hands that big, bro?"
This part, like the wedge?
Yeah,
like this
dude.
part from here is like,
dude, it's like at least twice the size. Like, it was super
crazy.
long. And I was like, he's like, "My hands has always been that way since I was born." I was like, "Bro," I was like, "Your hands are not normal. Like, these are like giant hands, bro."
Imagine
like,
shaking somebody's hand like, "Your hands aren't normal.
Your hands
dog."
aren't normal. You were meant to hold a club, bro. You were meant to hold the tree trunks and hit shit. Like, like, and everybody's laughing, you know. But it's the truth. Like, I'm like, "Look at his hands." So everybody's like looking at their hands and comparing their hands to him. And he's like, "I never noticed that, but oh yeah," you know, because he talks so much. I love you, Congo. Yo, Congo, you see this, man? I love you, bro. I love you. but his son's wrestling now and carrying the family's name. But yeah, man,
Nice.
that's dude. There's
Shout out to
wrestlers are some
Legacy
of the
on
most
that.
down to earth people. They are, man.
Yeah.
You know, some cool stories there. But so going back to your childhood, falling into loving gaming.
Yep.
Dal playing Super Nintendo, NES. All of a sudden, he gets older. He decides, am I going to keep playing video games for fun or am I going to stream? How did the streaming thing come about from that point on where you were like, I'm going to turn on, I'm going to try to stream. I'm going to see what happens. And where was the first place you started to stream where you decided you were going to do something with it?
So that happened in 2017. 2017 is when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try the streaming thing. It wasn't. It was after PUBG had dropped. PUBG had dropped, and I was like, yo, you know what I mean, we'll see what's up. I think the first game that I ever streamed was The Division. That was the first. That was very first time. Very first game
Great
I played
game.
was The Division, the first one. And I was like, man, that was when I was just pressing the button to go live. Like, oh, Xbox has this new feature now where you can just, okay, cool. You know, I'm going live on Mixer and not even caring about chat, not even caring about a number. I just was like, it's cool that you can do it, right? 2017 comes around, the kind of right before August, September. I was like, all right, we're taking this serious. So that's when I started investing in the streaming stuff. Like okay, cool. Now I'm looking at chat and everything like that. Then Harvey happens and I took a year off. Cause I'm in Houston. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm in Houston.
Yo,
so.
Hurricane Alley, right? Hurricane Alley, right up through that way.
Sheesh. Hurricane Alley?
Oh, I'm in Florida.
Oh.
So you get everything that misses me.
Mm-hmm. And New Orleans gets, like, Louisiana gets both of them, bro.
Yes.
Whoever still lives in Louisiana, like, y'all have the patience of saints. I thought about leaving Houston because, like, we got hit like every 3-4 years. I'm like, yeah, that's too much, man. Like, I'm not trying to rebuild my life and then rebuild my life again. But yeah, that's what it was. It was just like, you know what? It'd be kind of cool to stream. And then my kids started bringing me. They started bringing me. You know how I don't know if your kids do it. My kids started watching weird stuff on YouTube, like Spider-Man making Jello and like Minecraft videos. And I was like, man, these guys. I don't know if I like them. I mean, I'm gonna make some content as to where a kid can enjoy it and an adult can enjoy it. Like I'm trying to be the Shrek of streaming, because Shrek is hilarious, and I don't mind my kids watching Shrek. But Shrek is hilarious. That's what I want to be when it comes to like the rating of my content. I want to be Shrek.
Yo, man, I'll tell you what. If you want to be Shrek, I'll be Donkey.
I'll be done.
I'm small enough to be Donkey. You got to get me a little serious. Yo, we'll figure it out somehow.
We'll figure it out. Oh man, but yeah, 2017 is when it got real for me. And then Harvey happened, we resettled, and then 2018 we kind of were middle 2018 we kind of were off to the races, and we started on Mixer, and we stayed on Mixer because I was proud to say that I was a Mixer purist, is what I called it. For the people who only streamed on Mixer, it was a Mixer purist. And 2020 vision, not the year. 2020 vision is good. 2020 the year was trash.
Yo, we all had that good vision, and then all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, what? What's going on?
You saw it coming.
I saw
You saw the storms on the horizon. You were like,
January. It was and what made me see it was the analytics and what other companies were doing on the platforms, and I was like, okay, hold on. These bigger streamers aren't bringing in talent. They're dropping a lot of money. The sell mixers happening now. It's been going on for like a year, because you remember these big companies, when they sell out, it's a transition period. It's not just they sell out, they walk away. There's always a transition period, and normally it's within a year. And as I'm doing a transition, so they knew, obviously, mixer guys, when they were selling out, they knew ahead of time. And what I noticed was the whole Ninja Shroud thing, Ewok, all that stuff. I knew they were trying to do something bigger, but if it didn't succeed, that was a huge, huge money risk. And if they didn't see the profit come back, they were dipping. I just, and And when the analytics came out for that first quarter, and I saw they weren't reinvesting in the streamer community as much with the streamers' ideas like Mixer did back in the day, because Mixer had a good thing going there for a minute. I think 2018, 2019 were pretty powerful for them.
Yeah.
And then 2019 got weird when they started selling off to Microsoft. And now they were talking about it, and then it started to happen. Then they finally publicly announced it. But that's what showed me that things were changing. And I try to tell people, luckily I had the other channels set up. Did you have channels set up before that?
Nope. Like as a partner, you would have thought we would have got like an email or something like that. We didn't. The developers didn't know either. Like the majority of developers didn't know either. So we just we heard, hey, July 22nd it's a wrap. So June 22nd came. Like we heard on June 22nd. I might be misremembering, but I think we heard on June 22nd that on July 22nd it was over with. So we were like, okay. All right. I remember the first thing I did on the stream.
No, it was you're right. It was June 2nd.
It was June 2nd that we heard.
22nd.
To June 20. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a 3 week, just a little bit over almost 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks. That like less than 3 weeks. It was crazy.
It was crazy. So I remember before, like I was having a conversation with Miss Dow. I was like the night before, because all the crazy stuff that came out about like the streamers that were like sexually assaulting people and like doing horrible things in their chat, and how the lady was supposed to be
all
racist,
platforms,
and like
every platform was going through that. Yeah.
But Mixer was about to go through like a culling. Like it was about to be like a cleansing type thing. Like people were gonna get fired, people were gonna get banned. Like that's what was gonna happen, right? And Miss Dow was like, what are you gonna do? Like, what do you think? And I was like, well, we're gonna have a State of the Union address, right? So I'm getting prepared to go on Mixer and let everybody know how I feel about the situation, right? To look at my phone and have a million text messages, a million tweets, like everybody named Mama were like, I was like, Discord crazy. I was like, what is all this? I was like, yo. And then I look, I pressed the go live button while I was looking, right? And the very first thing that people saw me do was laughing. Like from the bottom of my feet, I was laughing, bro. It was surreal. Like, yeah, like really? Like for real, we've been partnered for 3 months, right? And y'all shouldn't have. I was like, yo, this is real. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So that's when people, so I was like, yo, Thou, you really should go to D Live. Then other people were like, nah, man, you can make it on Twitch, bro. Like, don't, you can definitely make it on Twitch. We were looking at Caffeine. We were looking at Trovo. I had a lot of pressure on me as the leader of RGST, Rascality Gaming Stream Team. I had a lot of pressure on me because the move that I wanted to make as a team had to be concise, right? It had to have confidence behind it. It had to have what was best for the people that were on the team behind it. It had to have stability. It was like a dad move, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was a real like CEO move. So I'm thinking like, yo, because if I had said, and this is like, we had 150 members on Mixer, you couldn't throw a rock in the crowd and it bounced off 2 people and not one of them be from RGST. We were everywhere.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
It was I was like, yo, Twitch has the staying power and stability, because that's what we wanted at that point in time. You know what I mean? You go home and your door doesn't open. Like you want somewhere to stay where you can stay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I try to come home, a lock on my door.
Yeah,
lock on my door, my bags outside the house.
I want to stay somewhere I can stay, god dog.
Like, damn, Mixer done came in and said, hey, we're gonna stand here, we're kicking you out. You know, like I think for a lot of us it was a shocker, you know. And for me in April, when I saw everything, I was like, okay, I already had my other platforms all there, you know, because Twitch was always my original home, but I had to choose between college and streaming. So I took the degrees, got IT degrees, which paid off, obviously, because I could do a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I was trying to warn people it was happening in April, May.
Yep.
And everybody's like, no, you're crazy. I'm like, no, it's happening, guys. My intuition tells me it's happening. Like, you need to set your stuff up And when it came June
said it to me.
2nd, bro, I said
You
to
said
you,
it to me.
bro, everybody
about it
was
is,
sending me messages.
The thing about it, right, is I couldn't have seen that. The reason I couldn't have seen it, other people were dwindling. We were thriving. We were like, it's like we were weeds. We were popping up over everywhere. We were having record breaker streams. Every stream like was getting better and better. Every payout was getting bigger and bigger. Like it was on the way, right? So I couldn't see I some of the partners that were partners before I was partner and I was friends with. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop over. I'm like, for what? Like, Mixer's fire, dog. Like, why would you switch up? Made sense. You know what I mean? But what I will say is, there were so many frustrating things about Mixer when it came to a promotional standpoint, right? Like the fact that I got better drops I got better drops, right? For watching Gears of War on Twitch, which is a Microsoft game. Microsoft owns it, right? Why would I get better drops watching Gears of War on Twitch than I would watching it on Mixer?
I said that 1,000 times to myself.
How is there not why wasn't there on 2K, right? There was no Mixer emblem on 2K. There's a Twitch one, there's a YouTube one, but there was no Mixer one. There was so many things that they could have gotten right that they didn't. Like but they did a lot right, man. When it came to the streamer user interface for streamers, phenomenal. Faster than light, phenomenal. Like it was.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's co-streaming, broken half the time. When it worked, phenomenal.
It was fire. The quad streams were fire.
Fire. Like giving people like, oh my gosh,
because it expands your audience. Facts.
It does, and also it's like Mixer was ahead of the curve on so much, but they were behind on so much too. Like ahead of channel points, right? Sparks
took forever to get Embers.
Channel points just got here though. Just got to Twitch. Sparks been there forever. It did take a long time to get Embers. The gifts and stuff that you can pop up in your chat. It's a Mixer had a lot going for it, but it also had a lot coming for it. Man, it's crazy. The promotion stuff was awful. They did whoever was in their promotional,
Could you imagine if they took the stuff that the streamers would put out there and actually email and put some of those ideas ahead of the ideas that they were already ahead of and not sold to Microsoft? They could have grown in so many ways. Now, I see you have your other platforms. Obviously, you got YouTube gaming.
Yep.
You got Facebook gaming.
Yep.
And
Facebook
you got these other
Yep.
small ones, but we're going to talk about the big ones. And, the reason why Facebook took off so fast, in my eyes, is because obviously they have a huge social platform. But the one thing I noticed that they are missing are the game titles. You go in and you try to do certain things with certain games as far as the hype of them, and they're not really being played as much. And but they have a good gaming audience. But when you go to Twitch and you put in that same gaming platform or you browse gaming, you'll see a totally different number. I mean, It smokes it. It smokes it. Or the game's available. Like there's certain games, PC games, you try to look it up on Facebook. I can't look it up.
I will tell you though, and this is not just me being a Facebook partner, it's me being your brother. Every day, not every day, every week and a half. Like Brawlhalla, when I first became a Facebook partner, Brawlhalla was not on Facebook gaming. You could it was checkmarked and everything, but you couldn't put it as a game that you were playing. You can now. Like I feel like Facebook gaming was in alpha. They didn't tell you it was in alpha. Facebook gaming right now is in beta.
It's in beta.
It's not even close to done. Like we just got gifted subs like 2 months ago.
What?
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh
we
my
just
God.
Got that. Like I'm capping.
How's the chat
subs.
bots working in the game now?
They
I know
have
a lot of
them-
people
they have
were
them built
complaining
in.
about that.
They have chat bots built in. Chat bots we probably got about 5 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So like Facebook
You think they'll
is
ever
100% alpha.
integrate it a little bit smoother with the chat bots, like with stream elements and stuff like that, where it kind of
That's gonna be on Stream Element side. Like that's the thing that mix it up.
Yep.
Mix it up. That's on Mix It Up side. Like I said, yo, mix it up, get to work on Twitter. I was like, yo, the Thoumustgame on Twitter. Have the plug. I said, yo, mix it up, get to work on Twitter whenever Glimesh was like, "Yo, we're coming." I was like, "Yo, get to work," and they're like, eventually, for the most part, they're like, "All right, yeah, probably like later." I was like, "All right, cool," and that was it. But it's all about like the support from the not from the platform, but from the like the bot. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah,
bot has to support the platform, not the platform support the bot.
exactly.
Yeah.
See, so like going back, Mixer obviously they sell. You make your transition. Facebook was offering some partners partnership if they came over to Facebook and
Mm-hmm.
do their thing. Um, Twitch was doing it with some people, not all. I know even some people like Lord Valve Gaming. Um, he came over to Twitch, didn't even do anything, and he got partnered anyways. His story is kind of remarkable. You guys can check it out on LFAM Streamers Podcast. Gotta listen to it. Awesome streamer. And the crazy thing is he was from Mixer too. And when you're doing that transition, now you kind of learn. Well, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I myself even have a Facebook page. I've had it since 2018, and I use it every time I post something. Every time if I go live, but the integration factors as far as stuff and things that I've found, Twitch kind of really plays a good role. But I still like to make my content over and produce it over on YouTube as well. Like you, I want to have multiple baskets. It's a broadcasting is a broadcaster's lifestyle. It's not just a broadcast one way, do one thing the same way every time. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You got to have multiple avenues. And so for you, when you started streaming, how do you balance your time between the channels and work and lifestyle? Like this is a huge factor to some people. They're too tired to stream. They're too tired to go live one day or to make a video edit or content. What's your advice to try to get them to stay on top of the world and not let it crumble?
Well, I got a lot to say about that. The first thing is you got to find your dog. That thing that's inside you, the one makes you want to get it. The dog is number one. Number two is you should never work harder for somebody else than you will for yourself. That just is. If you don't, if you feel like you can take a day off, but that same feeling of tiredness or weakness or sickness or upsetness, you would have went to work because you don't want to get in trouble. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're saying that person is more of a boss than you are. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get messages in chat, like once you be up one night and you playing with some kid and the kid's like, "Hey, Thal, you gonna stream tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "You about to get off?" He's like, "Yeah, I gotta go. They're shooting outside." I mean, you're an escape.
Yeah, man. Yo, that's powerful. That's it, man. I mean, you're an escape from some of the harsh realities that other people go through. I mean, we talked about this before.
Yeah, we did.
We got people. For those of you that don't know, I mean, I even grew up in the hood, and in the streets of Cali, I mean, it's not your typical place. So what's scary is, growing up in the atmosphere, it's just a lifestyle. You go to school. If you go to school, you come home and you have to walk past those environments. Every single day you leave that doorstep. Sometimes those environments come to your doorstep. The harsh reality. You might go to school one day, you lost a friend. You might go to school one day, you lost a family member. Streaming for us and for so many people is a way for them to get away from that, or deal with a learning disability or a social disability. There's so much that plays a role. And I think, when the pandemic hit, it was even so more real because it affected more people on so many levels that they didn't even know existed. They didn't even know. Some didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Stuck
in the house.
Now you're an entertainer, You're an entertainer. So many roles. We talked about you being a broadcaster. We talked about you being a TV actor or there's so much that goes with it. Maybe you're just voicing commentary games and not even turning on your cam that day, and it's just voice commentary. There's all kinds of different things. You're you're being a comedian at times.
Yeah.
But to keep that drive, keep that energy level, Thou, how you do it? What's the drive?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked at it, man. You just want to do it. Like I've always had that artistic itch. Like before I did this, I did music. Um but this scratches that itch. I get to stay at the house, you know what I mean, with my wife, with my babies. I get to help take care of my mom. I get to be present. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause you can always put that BRB screen on, go help out, do something, and come back. You know what I mean? Like you get to be here. When you do music, you got to go to a studio, and you gotta go perform it, and you gotta. I mean, you be in the clubs and it be icky. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot.
Time is money, right?
Yeah, this is for one more convenient, for two more reaching, for three, you get to be your true self, right? For four, you get to interact with people on a day-to-day level, like people who are all over the world. You get to talk to them. You know what I mean? And it's you get to build relationships with people that you may never meet, but you might meet. Like you get to. I don't know. It's really. I don't know. Once you get it, you'll understand it, type thing. But if you don't put the time in, if you don't put the effort in, you'll never know. Now, I don't know if it's something that can be explained, honestly. Like it's just you get the artistic itch, and this scratches it, so you just keep doing it. You want it.
Yo, that's what it is, man. It's you know, some of the relationships that I've made with other people, other partners and streamers, especially when they realize how serious you are about your passion and what you do. I tell people it to take it to the next level means you go to the next level. Doesn't mean your setup goes to the next level. You have to mentally go to the next level because you can have all the best equipment in the world, but what good is it if you're not there?
Yep.
And you gotta remember, as an athlete, the shoes don't make him better. Okay? It's him, his physical health, his overallness that makes that athlete better when he puts those shoes on. Those are just a small part of what he is. Just like our headphones. Our headphones would be part of our shoes, our outfit, our microphones, our setup, whatever. You add gradually, but like I tell people, before you get to that point, make sure you realize what you're in for, because there's time-consuming portions of it, but there's also ups and downs of a lot of it. But the biggest, strongest thing you could have by your side is your community and your friends as streamers, people that really know you for you. If they know you for you, when you message them, they will always message you back. I can tell you right now, if I message Dow, he gonna message me back. If he don't message me that day, the very next day it'll probably be there. Let me tell you, it's gonna be there. And the worst thing you could do as a broadcaster or anybody that's in radio or an actor or studio is just think it's about you, or it's just about your stream. Because here's the thing. Actors don't get roles by being solo, egotistical people. They get roles because their agents and themselves have relationships with other multiple chains of movie producers and things like that. That's why they get those roles. So when something comes up, they know who they could turn to fulfill those roles. And I think sometimes as young broadcasters or as streamers and stuff like that, you'll have ones that think that they could just come in and take it, come in and use somebody, or try to jump above the platform, like going up the Mario bricks to jump on the flag. They're just gonna skip those. They're gonna skip those steps, bro. Right? They're gonna go beep 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 beep. They're gonna skip those steps and go right for the flag.
No hustle. That don't work. That don't work.
Guess what? You ain't gonna land on top of that flagpole. Where you gonna land at, Dow?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can land on bottom.
The coldest part about it, you land on bottom and nobody even sees you do it because nobody cares, man. Like
that's it. Nobody's
even gonna see you land on bottom. You're gonna be down there all mad and stuff. Like, man, I almost had the flag. Not really, bro. Like, you thought you did.
You thought you did. Yo, in the beginning, those flagpoles are small, guys. Those steps are small. You take those small steps, but as you grow as a streamer, what are you as a streamer? Are you just there to play video games? Are you just there to chat? Are you just there to talk about movies? What identifies you or makes you unique as a streamer? You got to ask yourself that. Is it your personality? Okay. Everybody says I have a great personality. That's awesome. But what is it about you that you want to bring to the broadcasting world that makes you different? And I think that's oftentimes where a lot of people get lost. If you look at different streamers realize, you know what, playing with other streamers helps, but also playing with my followers and my community helps a little bit more. Going in and supporting other streamers that are legit helps me a little bit more if I get recognized. But here's the thing. That's if you get recognized. So if you could get with a community that you know is legit, and I can tell you right now, dude, Dow's community, awesome, loyal. I mean, I got the Discord. I'm always in something that he does, but he's my homie. He's my brother. He's my brother from another mother. His mother doesn't even know she has another son, but she does.
Wow.
So I won't let him fall. I'll be there for him if he needs something. We've helped each other out with things. And here's the thing. This goes outside of streaming. When you have a relationship, you help each other if you need something in your stream. If you need to know something a little bit better about audio, if you need something a little bit better about making something, maybe an intro or something, you don't know. Maybe you need help because, guys, streaming isn't just turning on a device and streaming. Mm-mm. It is a show from start to finish.
And also, this little bit of information right here is something that a lot of people can learn from. You should 100% trim the amount of time that you stream. Not how long you game. Understand me, because I didn't got to the point where if I'm sitting here and I'm playing the game, Mr. I'll be like, hey, I want to play PUBG. I'd be like, all right, if I'm sitting in this chair, I might as well turn the light on. I might as well stream it. That's not always a good idea. Sometimes, because like he said, you're not just playing the game, you're putting on a show. So the 7-hour streams, the 8-hour streams, the 12-hour streams, 24-hour streams, that's just streams of attrition. That has nothing to do with like an actual quality of No. I feel like a 3-hour stream, fire. 4-hour stream, all right, cool. 5-hour stream, there's some lows in there, bro.
I like the 3 to 4. I agree.
3 to 4, yeah.
I love the 3 to 4.
You can have some amazing bomb times to where you're like, dang, I gotta edit this. But all them long streams, man, you just wasting bandwidth, bro. Like,
and it's not just that, but people don't realize just talking. All right, like right now we're doing this and we're talking, we're doing our thing. We've been up. We have been up since the early morning. To get this show ready, I had to get up. I had to get the studio ready. I had to get the link, everything set. It's a show, guys. It's a show. It's not a gimme. All right, but at the same time, Dow had to do his thing. He got to get on. He had to stream for a little bit. He let his community know what's going on. Check it out, guys. It's a process, and if you don't realize it's a process, and you just want to say I'm gonna stream for a long period of time, the next day you're dead. You're dried. Yep. You're dehydrated. Dehydration is number one key, and sleep. Like, you cannot function or be as good as you were before if you don't have sleep and rest and some type of hydration. You have to rest. And I get it. People say the grind, but Dow, I gotta be real with you. When people say, "Oh, I'm just trying to hit that grind," to me, grinding is not the hours. It's not the hours.
Because you can turn your stream on, put on, be right back, and just walk away. If that's the same type of quality content you're putting out. If you're trying to stream for all these long hours and you're not interacting with your chat, you're just there. You're just present. And sometimes that's cool, but that's not putting a show on, in my personal opinion, my professional opinion, and your professional opinion. Because we do this. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, it's not like
we really do it. We really do it right.
Yeah, 100%. So Man, that's one thing that a lot of people can learn from, like, and it's something that I'm teaching myself actually too, because the grind is cool, but if you do it the right way, it's way better. It's way better.
It is. And, yeah, even if you do a charity stream, sometimes people do a charity stream, but they set them up so fast, they don't really put it out there. You should actually plan for that a month ahead, even maybe 2 months. Hype it up. Hype it up, all right? And I see a lot of charity streams struggle because they're trying to do it within a 24-hour period of announcing it. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I say, if you were giving away money, right? So say you were giving away money for 24 hours, it would take at least 8 hours for people to know what was going on.
Yes, sir.
And you're giving away money. You know what I'm saying? like, so it's yo. Like, people will come to me and be like, "Hey, Thal, I want you to help me with this giveaway." I'm like, "All right, cool. How long have you promoted it?" I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm telling you about it right now. I'm like, "Yo, you need at least a week."
Yep.
At least a week, depending on how big your community is. You know what I'm saying? You might pull people in with it, but if you're trying to give back to your community, you need at least a week.
At
the very least a week, and your giveaway will actually like I do a giveaway. I'm sure I'll do like some pop-ups just because people are around a lot, you know what I mean? And I thank God for that. But my main giveaway happens on the 31st. That's my daughter's birthday. The reason I do that is because before she got here, when Miss Thal was pregnant with Amelia, they bought up everything that was on our Amazon registry. Everything.
Whoa.
Everything was gone. Even some stuff we didn't even want. Like, we knew we were gonna put her in a crib, but they bought sheets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like everything. So God willing, as long as I stream, and as long as I can afford to do it, December 31st, I gave away something big. Like last year, I gave away the Astro A50s. Those
I remember
headphones.
And I remember how hard you promoted that.
Yes,
bro. We were in game playing Targo, and you were talking about it.
Astro A50s.
Yes, sir. And let me tell you something. Those are fire headphones. And, you know, it's not just, I tell people all the time, this isn't your little bitty headphone guys. These are Astros. Bro, these are our top of the line favorite headphones.
Flagships.
I'm telling you, man, they're fire. But Dow promoted it nonstop in his stream for weeks, bro. For weeks. It wasn't just like 24 hours. It's not going to work. You know, and the thing is, sometimes I feel as streamers, not only do you honor your small community and new followers for giveaways, but you gotta have giveaways from time to time that are strictly for your subs. 100%. You gotta have something special for your subs, because your subs are they're your foundation of your pyramid. And let me tell you something. In this game, you want to build a big, wide pyramid. You don't want to build a skyscraper, because skyscrapers do not have the base a pyramid has. And what happens with a skyscraper, you build it too quick up, it falls apart.
Yep.
Right? But if you build a strong base pyramid, let me tell you something. That pyramid be as big as you want. I'd rather have it wide than have it tall. You know? And there's a lot of good reasons to get something wide. Let me just tell you. That was like, oh yeah. Let's go. you know, down there, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, dog. I feel you on that.
You know, but seriously, if you want to do it, don't forget about your subs. Your subs are important. They do something very special for you guys. And that's something I always like to say. Promote something special for your subs from time to time. Just great advice. Simple advice. Now that you've been doing your platforms for a while, if people want to find you, where's the main places they could find you today? Now that if they never checked you out, guys, Thoumustgame, check him out. He's gonna tell you a little bit where he's at.
Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook, and it's just Thoumustgame. Like, if something new comes out and you're like, man, I wonder if Thal's on there, you type in Thoumustgame in whatever search bar it is, I'll either pop up or I won't. You know what I mean? You can Google Thoumustgame and get all of them too. Like, it's just Thal.
It's been out that long, guys.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you do it right and you have a community and you're socially active, and it's not done overnight. You put the name in Google, and trust me, it pops up. You will, if you can't find them, something wrong. You in a different dimension. So you might want to make sure you're still here on Earth. But I'm telling you right now, it's a super easy one to find. You can always check them out. I'm always tagging. I tag them all the time in my stuff because I want people to know, even if it's something that I'm doing, he's a part of. You can find him, check him out. People wonder, and that's the other thing. This is something I'm gonna share too, because there's some people out there that they get fearful of when other people tag them in their stuff. Let me tell you something. If it has to do with gaming and you're a gamer, you're a streamer, you want to be tagged. Period. Because if you know the person and the person's tagging you, whoever is new to their channel or their Instagram or their Twitter or whatever, and they see that Thoumustgame in there, who's somebody else, they might click on that and it's going to help that person. But if you're that type of person where you're trying to turn off all your tags and stuff so you can't be tagged, let me tell you something. That's the worst thing you could do as a celeb, because not even the big celebrities do that. And I'll tell you why. It limits their availability or their what's that called? Their visibility.
Oh, the visibility.
Visibility across the board when it comes to search engines and stuff like that. Like the bots, that Google, all that. You're cutting it off. You're cutting it off. So if I have hashtags gaming, Twitch, Facebook, whatever it may be in there, right? And I tag my sponsors in there and stuff, and they see Thou, and they always see Thou. Well, I'm hoping my homie gets touched by one of my sponsors. I'm hoping they would go to his channel and they say, hey, you know what? I like him. We want to offer you something. Dude, I'm telling you, I've had friends that weren't sponsored by somebody, and just by tagging them, they got noticed. It happens. It happens.
High level,
dude. That's and I'm sharing
high
it.
Level.
I'm
Look
sharing
at this
it.
guy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's people wonder why I know this stuff. Guys, I went to school for IT. I have degrees in technology. So when someone tries to tell me something different, let me tell you something. I have degrees in some of the hardest IT stuff you could get. And the reason why is because I graduated top of my class. I busted my butt. I love technology because I played video games when I was 4 years old. I fell in love with computers and gaming. It wasn't just overnight. I'm not one of these people that get on just to act like I'm a cool kid who's trying to be a streamer or be a gamer. I'm legit. I'm an OG who's been doing it from day one since first generation console. And when I see somebody that has a passion and a desire like Thou and his community, let me tell you, everywhere I go, his name will be part of my name, because it's more than just money. It's about friendships. It's about relationships. And it's about what we've established as a family. And you have to think that way when it comes to this. It's a family environment, guys, because in the end, one day, we're gonna be sitting not just behind these screens. We're gonna be sitting in front of each other at a convention. We're gonna be sitting in front of each other in our houses or eating lunch. It goes beyond that. You got to think that way. What you say and do, you will eventually cross paths in life, and I want those paths to be good. Don't burn your bridges, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Don't burn them.
And my biggest motto or mantra, whatever it's called, is we're bigger and better together. Like, it's just. You know the old proverb, you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together.
Go together.
Go together.
That's it, brother. Man, I appreciate you coming on here today and talking to people. For those of you that don't know, me and Thou go back to Mixer, and we're going to be doing something special. It's coming out. We talked about it. We've been talking about it for a while, but we're doing it. We're both big nerds. We're fun nerds. But, we're going to be bringing you guys podcasts in these next coming weeks. You guys are going to have different things that we're going to talk about. We're going to start bringing out the cool things about what new games are coming out and even some geeky comic book stuff. So I want you to tune in because, like I said, me and Thou, we've been talking about this for a while. We talked a lot before we started this podcast to get more in depth in it. And we are going to be doing some cool stuff about different things in this podcast, about what's hot, what's not, and even some of the technology side of things, so you guys get your set up the right way. Like I said, sometimes a perfect example, Thou, you always ask me, like, how'd you do your audio? Your audio's so different and all this stuff.
Sounds so good, man.
Right?
Y'all hear it? Oh, my goodness.
you know,
crispy vibes, you know.
well, you know, in order for me to do this, guys, I had to go outside the box. I didn't follow anybody else's stream. I didn't follow anybody else's setup. I went ahead and did it my own way. And I'm old school, and I believe in analog digital boards, and that's one of the things that I use, as well as a hand-tuned mic. I use a hand-tuned microphone. Why? Because it's different. You guys have to know why a mic works inside and out, not just why it picks up a voice and what it plugs into. There's a reason why you do certain things, but you have to have a compatibility across the board. So we're gonna bring some cool things in these podcasts that talk about technology and what we use, why we do it, or what's coming out. So do me a favor, if you aren't already following Thoumustgame, all right, on Twitch, on Instagram, on Facebook, you need to do that. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Okay. If you ain't following Lee Kwai Lao, LiKWAILAO. It's very simple. There's only one Lee Kwai Lao. I've been around a long time. I did arcade competitions. I did console competitions. Guys, I've been around a long time. And here's the thing. Where I go, Dow's going to be right by my side. So you can find me anywhere. Go to LeeKwaiLao.com. All my socials are right there. Or LFam Streamers Podcast. We are going to be bringing to you something you guys never realized is going to be dope. You have no idea. We're bringing you some fresh stuff. We talked about it before this podcast.
Yep.
Dow, I'm beyond excited about what we're going to do.
I am too, because we're gonna go in depth. Like, we're gonna be so everybody knows the Infinity Gauntlet. We're gonna be talking about stuff like the heart of the universe. Like, I know somebody just got chills. Like, oh, yeah. Like, we're gonna be talking about like really in depth, big nerd stuff, and we're gonna enjoy it the entire time. Of course, we're gonna keep it real with you guys and let y'all know what's going on in our lives as well. Hope y'all get through some stuff too. But we really are out here, big podcast vibes. We want to see how it goes.
That's it. Yo, man, I appreciate you, Dow, coming up in here. I want to give a shout out real quick to Sneak Energy. Yo, if you guys haven't got your Sneak on, get it now. SneakEnergy.com. Use code LeeKwaiLao. I've been with Sneak for a year, and I'm hoping maybe one day I get Dow in there. Dow, you think you might want to jump on Team Sneak one day? Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put that vibe out in the universe. It's being spoken.
Holla at me. I want to taste it.
Yo, so Sneak Energy. If you hear this, you know what? I'll go a step further. I'll just send my manager an email and tell him he needs to go check you out. That's what I'm gonna do. So you never know who you're gonna meet or what they're gonna do for you. And this is a prime example. I'll keep my word and I'm gonna send it anyways. But I'm gonna try to get you some. I'll send some samples to you if you want to try it. But it's fire, man. It's fire. And but I'm just more excited about having my brother here today. Awesome podcast, guys. Perfect story of inspirational story on how even with Mixer's fall, there was a rise of a phoenix in Dow that didn't give up, and his community and his family and his partner who's by his side said, "Hey, what are we gonna do? What's the next step? Not hang it up, not walk away, not accept defeat. I'm talking reborn from the ashes." And that's what we did.
She's amazing.
That's what we did. And let me tell you, I was right there with him.
Yep.
I was right there with him. I made sure of it when he
saw it coming, but
you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, I ain't gonna leave you hanging, bro. You ain't alone. You ain't alone in this game, and that's who Lee Kwai Lao is.
My man Lee was like, "Hey, bro, they're about to shut down the shop." I was like, "Bro, we winning. Look the scoreboard. We winning." He's like, "Hey, bro, it's not looking good." I was like, yeah. And then they shut down shop, and it wasn't looking good.
Bro, so many partners. Sanka, who's a big Facebook partner. Lindsay Wood, who's a big our big Mixer partner, who's Twitch partner. You know, like they were all Mixer people, like a lot of these guys. And I tried to reach out and tell so many people, but they just weren't hearing it. You know, but I'm never gonna say something without I don't want to mislead people. Obviously, I'm not a crystal ball. But damn, I got a good intuition, and it works a lot. You know, I don't know if you ever caught the stream, but I caught like a week before Steve Jobs stepped down. I predicted that shit too because of what was going on, and everybody thought I was crazy. And he stepped down like 5 days later. They were like, "Whoa!"
Hey, bro, let me know what stocks you got. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me off stream.
Yo, I can tell you that too. I got some good ones. We're gonna do it. Maybe one day we'll talk a little bit about some stocks and investments people can make for fun. This is off the chart. I'm not a stock investor or a broker like that. I do invest, but there's a lot of cool ways to do it. And you're young enough now, believe it or not, pennies on a dollar can make you a dollar. But as long as you don't put pennies on a dollar to make you a dollar, well, he'll never know. You'll never know.
You'll never know. You gotta make your time work for you.
You got to, man. You're walking a Quickie Mart, okay? You're walking a Kmart somewhere. You'll drop $20 on some BS that you don't even finish eating or something, and then that $20 in a stock every single month could result in you having $5,000 at the end of the year.
Yep,
it's that simple. And I try to tell people the reason why the elites get rich is because it's not because of people that work for them, believe it or not. It's actually because they've made their money, and their money never stops working for them. Mm-hmm. At the end, when they're sleeping, their money's still turning. It's still turning, still making profit. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. I hate to say it. That's why the elites don't fall back. Some people want to blame it on other things, but it's not. It's not. They gotten to that point where their money is making money, even when they aren't awake, when they're asleep, or they're at a business meeting, it's still making money. So just like the elites, you could do it too, guys. You guys could be at work, and your money could be making you money as you're working, making money. As you're streaming, your stocks could still be making you money, whether it's regular stocks, mutual funds, CDs, or crypto. Remember, crypto don't sleep. Crypto makes money on the weekends. Stock market works from 9 to 5, right? So 9 to 5, 5 o'clock comes around, shuts down, stock market's done. What are you going to do? Where's your money? What money's making you money? Why not have a little bit of crypto? What's crypto? Pennies on a dollar. But a couple pennies on a dollar might make you $1,000 at the end of the year. Either way, come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or after hours, your crypto's still making you money. So think about that. That's some word of advice. Dal, I love you, brother. And tell the family hi and everything. And I look forward to our next podcast. If you guys like this podcast, do me a favor. Click it, like it, share it. Share the hell out of it. Right, Dal? Isn't that right?
Share it.
Share it.
Be
the
a
whole
big
community.
shooter.
Share the hell out of it.
Share it.
Share
big
it.
shooter.
And subscribe to us on any platform, guys, because we have a lot of shows coming to you guys. You guys are going to love this stuff.
If you don't, I'll never forgive you.
All right, brother.